The story. And stand for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem is sung by real estate agent from Realty One Group, Aurora, and Mabuhay Lions Club member, Cheryl Kelly.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you will focus your attention to the mound, where tonight's first pitch will be thrown out by Mabel Draybert, granddaughter of Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club member Joanne Sullivan, and member of the Connect Little League Scorpions, fresh off of a doubleheader win against Kenai. Let it rip. Breaking ball in for a strike. Let's hear it one more time for Mabel Draybert. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have one very special message that we would like to share with you.
We have 4 young people who are all either children or grandchildren of Lions, and they're going to get us started here for another win. We have Delilah, Theron, Edith, and Stella. So help us out. Get us started, kids.
Play ball!
Good job, you guys. Good job.
Our umpires this evening, behind the plate, Kevin Gardner, Natola Hawthorne at first, and Brad Polk at third.
Good evening, everyone. There we go. Now the mic is working. And welcome to the Saturday evening matchup between the Kenai Peninsula Oilers and the Eagle River Chinooks. The Chinooks are looking to bounce back from a rough day yesterday at the ballpark as they dropped both ends of a doubleheader to the Matsu Miners, in which they scored a grand total of 0 runs. So absolutely they are looking to bounce back from the effort last night. So quickly we will go over the lineup and defense for the Chinooks. Number 10, Will Batts, was playing center field, batting leadoff. Number 15, John Mark Mullins, playing shortstop and batting second. Matt Magno behind the plate tonight will be batting third. Joe Keel will be the designated hitter and batting fourth. Colby Ferris, the right fielder, will be batting fifth. Pate Fullerton, the third baseman, will be batting sixth. Justin Nevels getting another start in left field, will be batting seventh. Patty McCormick, the second baseman, will be batting eighth. And Leo Harris at first base tonight will be batting ninth. Pitching for the Chinooks is Brandon Argamanis, who is making his, I do believe, 4th appearance of the season. And he is looking to rekindle the flame that he had last time out, as he pitched a very, very good ball game. As we are underway here, and the first pitch is just outside for a ball. And pitch number 2 is popped high in the air down the right field line. Ferris on the run, and he will make the catch in foul territory. So Trevor Antonson, the leadoff batter for the Oilers tonight, is retired on 2 quick pitches for the first out of
now batting for the
game.
Oilers shortstop, number 7, Johnny
And now
Olmsted.
stepping up for the Oilers, John Olmsted, the shortstop. He will be batting second, obviously, tonight. And once again, we will go over the lineup and defense for the Oilers in the bottom half of this inning. We would like to thank you all for joining us this evening. I am Tyler Lopes, and I am joined, as usual, sparingly by my partner, Aaron Davis, tonight. And we are very excited to be calling this one, as the Oilers traveled a long, long way to be here to play us tonight. So we are very grateful to them, as that pitch is in there for strike 2. And Argamanis quickly up 0-2. And he definitely works quickly, as you can see here. Ready to roll as soon as he gets the ball back from the catcher. And the 0-2 is flied high in the air into shallow left field. Nevels coming on and making a tough catch as his hat goes flying. But a good play there and good communication, as that will be the second out of the inning. And now Andrew Sajka, the right fielder, will step
Now
up to the
batting
plate
for the
here.
Oilers right fielder number 22, Andrew Soika.
And that pitch is outside for ball one. I do have to apologize. The pronunciation is Soika, so I apologize. I will get that right from now on till the end of the broadcast, as that one is outside for ball two. So down 2-0 here. Two close pitches, but no dice to Soika. And that pitch is ripped into deep right field, and that's going to get over the head of Ferris, and that's going to get to the wall as Soika is going to round second and head for third. The throw into third by McCormick's going to be far too late, and so Andrew Soika with a rousing two-out triple here. So the Oilers not without a fight here in this inning, as now Dylan Ditzenberger will step up to the plate. He will be playing center field tonight.
Now
Very
batting for
odd
the
having a center fielder
number
bat
9,
fourth.
Dylan Ditzenberger.
Or not necessarily odd, you just don't necessarily see it very often. But we will have that scenario here as that one's upstairs. But unfortunately for Agamanis, that is sometimes what happens when you get down 2-0 to a good hitter like Soika. And that pitch is upstairs. So once again, Argamanis falls behind 2-0. We'll see how he attacks Ditzenberger here with a runner on third and 2 outs in the opening frame. So after 2 quick outs, Argamanis getting himself into a bit of trouble here in the top of the first. We will see how that plays out. And that pitch is in there for a called strike, so he goes with the off-speed pitch there, and it works out for him. So the count will now move to 2-1.
Oh, probably somewhere around in here just
And the 2-1 from Argamanis is popped high in the air down the third base line. And Pate Fullerton, the third baseman, will make the catch. And so Argamanis will work around the 2-out triple from Andrew Soika to work himself out of the inning. So now the Chinooks will look to get on the board here as we head into the bottom of the first.
So the kids still having fun? When do they leave?
Today's game is brought to you by the Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club, celebrating 104 years of anniversary of Lionism. Did you know in 1925, Helen Keller attended the Lions Club's international convention and challenged the Lions to become Knights of the Blind in the crusade against darkness. The Lions Clubs International is the largest service club organization in the world, with more than 1.4 million members in more than 48,000 clubs worldwide. Very special thanks to the Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club for sponsoring today's game at the ballpark.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here
Leading
on
off for the
YouTube
Chinooks,
as
the center fielder from the Masters
Chinooks
College,
look
number
to get on the
10,
board
Will
here at the bottom of the
Batts.
first.
Come on, Will, just ahead, buddy.
And in will step Will Batts. And that pitch is in there for a strike. So let's quickly go over the lineup and defense for the Oilers. Trevor Antonsen, the second baseman, will bat leadoff. John Olmstead, the shortstop, will bat second. Andrew Soika, the right fielder, will bat third. Dylan Ditzenberger, the center fielder, will bat fourth as that pitch is in there for strike 2. John Hanley, the first baseman, will bat fifth. Ben Grunberg, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Grant Rusma, the catcher, will bat seventh. Henry Novicki will bat eighth. He's playing third base as that pitch is swung on and missed. So 3 pitches and a strikeout here for the Chinooks. Owen Christie, the left fielder, will
Now
bat
batting
ninth,
for the
and Ben
Chinooks,
Briggs is
shortstop,
on the
number
mound for the
15,
Oilers,
John
and he
Mark
quickly gets both
Mullins.
bats to strike out here. And now John Mark Mullins will
Nice hit,
step up
John.
to the plate here, looking to get something going for the Chinooks. And the first pitch to Mullins is outside for ball 1. And we were hoping to have a little bit more information on the players tonight, but unfortunately, Point Streak, the website we typically use to get the information, is having a lot of issues tonight. Luckily, we are able to still keep statistics for our official stats, but unfortunately, we are not able to pretty much do anything else. So we do ask for patience, as that is something we really cannot control, as that pitch is checked and no swing according to the home plate umpire. So the count will move to 3-0 here on John Mark Mullins. For those of you who are interested, in the top of the second inning, we are going to have an interview from Chinooks pitching coach Troy Hervey. It will be a brief interview as that pitch is upstairs, so 4 straight balls here to John Mark Mullins. So a good start up to the gate for him. So anyway, the interview will be unfortunately very brief, but we do look to get Hervey up here a couple more times throughout the season, so it will not be the only chance that we get to speak to him. But we are looking forward to that one. That will take place at the end of this inning. So, or I should more accurately say at the beginning of next inning. So we get to look forward to that. And a move over to first, and Mullins gets back safely. The count is 0-1 to Matt Magno, who is making his first appearance behind the plate since injuring his hand about roughly 5 or 6 days ago. So it's good to see him back there and feeling good enough to give this thing a go. And that pitch is popped high in the air into shallow right field. The second baseman, Antonsen, will drift back and make the catch. So 2 outs here for the Chinooks.
Now batting for the Chinooks.
And now, Joe Keel, the designated hitter tonight, will step up to the plate. He is batting in the cleanup spot.
Good try.
Joe Keel has been one of the more consistent hitters, as that move over to first results in Mullins getting back safely, and he hops right back up and takes his lead. Seen a lot of runners do that in my lifetime as he gets back. Definitely seems to be getting in the head a little bit of Briggs, or at least on that exchange, as time is called here. So anyway, Joe Keel has definitely been one of the more consistent hitters for the Chinooks all season long up to this point. Granted, we are only 7 games in, but I do not foresee that changing anytime soon. And Mullins looked to take off, and he's able to scamper back safely. Good job of getting back. Thought he had Briggs timed up, and he did not, as Briggs held the ball for a little longer than Mullins assumed he would be. So Mullins trying to make something happen there, and almost got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, but he's able to get back. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. Good pitch from Briggs. So Joe Keel looking to keep this inning alive for the Chinooks. And Briggs fires over to first, and Mullins gets back safely. So the Oilers making a pretty long and arduous trip down for I should just at least say over to Eagle River here. It's a roughly 7-hour trip, so definitely a red-eye trip as that one is tapped over to short. And Olmsted throws on to first for the third out of the inning, so the Chinooks wind up with nothing after the one-out walk from John.
In the bottom of the first for the Chinooks, no runs, no hits, no errors, one man left.
So
we move to the top of the second. Our score, the Oilers done and the Chinooks done.
At the top of the inning, as we will also look forward to Brandon Argamanis getting another shot here as we go to the top of the second.
See you later when you come back.
Thinking about calling in sick, or just blowing off work. Drive right by that exit sign where I punch the clock from 9 to 5. I roll the window down and I flip it the bird. Park my truck down at the dock. See if this cell phone skin like a rock. You can spend your whole life trying to make a killing. What's it all worth without a little living? Don't wanna look back at all the things I miss. Wake up wishing I spent more time fishing.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as we have a special guest to welcome. Troy Hervey, the pitching coach for the Chinooks, will be joining us. Unfortunately, it is a rather brief interview, so I will cut right to the chase. Troy, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's another beautiful day up here in Alaska.
Absolutely. So, Troy, why don't you tell just briefly the fans at home a little bit about yourself for those of them who do not know you?
So this is my second year with the Chinooks. I came up here in 2019. I was going to be up here last summer as well. Obviously, we got canceled due to COVID, which was a big letdown. But I just finished my 5th year as a college coach. I coached 3 years at Division II and 2 years at Division III. And this past year actually brought me back home to Columbus, Ohio, where I coach at Ohio Wesleyan University.
Awesome, as that pitch is ripped up the middle for a base hit. So John Hanley will reach as the leadoff man here in this inning. And so Argamanis will look to bounce back and get a double play here.
There you go.
So first question I have is more birthed out of a statement, which is the pitching for the Chinooks all year has been absolutely superb.
Yeah.
So what has been the secret that you can see, if there even is one?
I mean, the biggest thing right now is we're getting ahead of guys. And when we're not, we're finding a way to make it work.
And that
But
just tapped up the middle.
there you go,
Great
John
play by
Mark.
Mullins. Can they turn two? And they can.
Let's go.
Double
And that is a big secret, too, that everyone can see. Not a secret. Defense has been outstanding. John Mark, I mean, he's a Division I shortstop for a reason, right? You can see it right there. That guy's been amazing up the middle for us so far this summer, and he's gotten us some extra outs. He's made plays on the right side of second base that not an average shortstop would make. That's gotten our pitchers out of some trouble.
Absolutely. So, Brandon, obviously, Argo is starting this game today. What have you seen from him that has impressed you so far? Not just in this game, but all season long.
So Argo, he wasn't a starter this spring for his school. He's more of a mid-relief, long inning type of guy. So for him to be able to step straight into a starter role and really own it and do a great job with it, that's impressed me. But he's got good stuff. His hand speed is amazing, which is where you see his off-speed pitches really developing in late break. He gets real good hand speed. He works well down the mound. And I would say he's deceivingly quick with his fastball. He's got a good body size, but he doesn't look like a guy that would step in and overpower you. But we've seen him do that this year. He's touched 90. I wouldn't be surprised if, midsummer form comes along, he's up to 93.
Absolutely. And that pitch is ripped into left field, and Mullins with a leap, but he cannot make the catch. So a 2-out single for Grant Rusma, the catcher tonight.
Hey, Manny. That's my stepdad. Also, Matthew's father. My brother's on the team, everybody. He's the catcher. He's a big kid. A lot bigger than me. That's cool. You guys can see comments pop up.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So we get to engage with everybody. And For our longer interviews, we're hoping to obviously have the fans be able to send in questions, although obviously you are a little bit pressed for time. So you talked a little bit about Argo being a more of a reliever. Before he came here. So on that kind of idea, how do you, with such short days to practice, we only had 3 days to kind of get to know everybody, as that one's fouled straight back towards our press box. You kind of had only 3 days to really get to know the bodies, the arms, personalities, the endurance of everybody on the team. So how do you kind of go about figuring out roles for everyone with that short of time?
That's definitely the most difficult part any summer job or any summer ball coach has. It doesn't matter what position, but pitching staff, it's tough. Especially limited number. We only have 10 pitchers. We have a couple two-way guys, but obviously we want to limit what they're doing on the mound to keep them safe for the field. And it's really, we only have really 2 true starters on this team. So working from that, it was, okay, who's long relief? Who can we stretch out? And Argo was one of the first guys to talk to me. Come on. Argo was one of the first guys to talk to me about he's trying to become a starter in the spring. So I was like, all right, well, you're going to start for us. We got him an early bullpen in a live situation, try to kind of give me stuff that he could, or let me see the stuff that he had, and immediately I was impressed, and I was like, all right, we'll be able to stretch you out. The hardest part is finding guys to end games. Obviously, you know who's going to be able to stretch out because of their roles in the spring, but we didn't have a true closer coming in. None of these guys were in a closing situation. So finding the guy to end the game, that's been the biggest challenge. But we've got 2 guys right now, really 3 guys, I feel confident throwing in the 9th that can shut things down, and that would be Reese, JoJo, and Josh. And those guys have that mentality. You go and talk to them, and they got that look in their eyes of, I'm going to shut it down. And that's something I look for, too, is just you ask them what their role is, and you can tell the confidence level. So that's a big part of it.
Tapped on and Hervey for the 3rd out of the inning. So, Coach, I do believe that means you have to leave us, unfortunately. So, interview today. We'd like to thank you for.
Of course. Maybe I'll come back in the top of the 3rd.
Say to our fans before you head out.
Hey, thank you for your support. I'm sure a lot of people listening have helped in some sort of way to get 1 or maybe 2 players up here, whether it be financially or prayers or anything. It really means a lot to these guys, and they're growing more than just baseball players. They're really stepping into themselves as young men and followers of Christ, and that means a lot to us, and we appreciate your support. And obviously, everyone watching, thank you for hanging out with us, and go Nooks.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. We hope to have you back up here soon.
Of course. Thank you.
Live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, and a fantastic interview with Coach Troy Hervey. Definitely a lot of insight, and we will definitely aim to get him back up here, as I know that had to be very, very short.
Nice.
As that one is flown high in the air down the left field line, and it will drift out of play. No! As it does just barely stay in play, and a good effort there from Owen Christie, the left fielder.
Flagpole, buddy, flagpole.
So Colby Ferris will have another chance here.
Hit that flagpole.
And as I said, Kobe Ferris will step up to the plate here and take his hacks against Ben Briggs as that pitch is ripped down the right field line and foul. So the count will move to 0-2, so a lot of strikes early on from Ben Briggs. He did walk John Mark Mullins on 4 pitches, but other than that, he has been pounding the strike zone consistently in the early going. And the 0-2 is just outside and possibly a little bit upstairs for ball 1. So definitely a great interview from Coach Hervey there, as he has definitely been through quite a bit, both for AIA and outside of it. And that ball was ripped down the right field line, and the fans over there had to watch their lips.
Not that foul ball. Who brought us that foul ball?
And the 1-2 from Briggs is tapped foul and straight back.
That foul ball brought to you by Discovery Cove Recovery and Wellness
And as we requested,
What about the one
or
you
as
missed?
we have been requested,
You're still one behind.
we will try and get as many guys up here as possible, as consistently as possible. As that pitch is tapped off the foot of Ferris, but he does appear to be okay, or at least relatively okay. As I don't think anybody can ever foul the ball off their foot and it ever feel good. So the home plate umpire will walk a ball out to the pitcher to give Ferris just a couple more seconds to recover. Mr. Magno, is that better? I mean, I'm holding the mic in the same place I normally do. I have turned up the volume a little bit, if that does help. Although this is much higher than the volume normally is, as that one's tapped backwards foul.
Come on, you gonna hit yet?
Septic Plumbing and Excavation.
We are implementing a crowd mic here the last couple days, as that one's tapped to third base. And Novicki fires across, and Ferris is retired for the first out of the inning.
Red hustle.
Third baseman for the University of Alabama.
All right, well, obviously there's something going on with my microphone, so I think the best thing to do here would probably be to switch microphones. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I will be right back.
That foul ball brought to you by Scott Cleaver from Lending.
All right, is that any better? It certainly looks better on the OBS software. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with the other microphone, but we will try this one and see if that helps. All right, looks like we figured that out. We'll have to figure that out as the game goes along. We'll try and fix that between innings, but other than that, I suppose we'll go with what we have. Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you helping me out. I'm a little bit technologically lame, as we will say, as Fullerton taps that into right field for a base hit. So Pate Fullerton just sneaking that one through the infield. And Fullerton has the first hit of the day for the Chinooks. And with the way the offense has been struggling these last few ball games, that is certainly a welcome sight for Fullerton and the Chinooks. And in will step Justin Nevels, making another start in left field today, as that is a pick off to first, and Fullerton gets back safely. So we'd like to thank you all watching at home for joining us this evening, as Coach Hervey alluded to earlier, we do sincerely appreciate the contributions that you all make to the broadcast, some directly and some indirectly. And we know that there are many, many things you could be doing with your time, and so we thank you for choosing us. And the 1-0 from Briggs is swung on and missed. So a good pitch from Briggs there, and the count will move to 1-1.
Come on, base hit.
So Justin Neville's playing left field tonight, as
Come on, throw it away. Weapon.
that throw over is resulting in Pate getting back safely. John Graham once again not in the lineup, as he has been feeling a bit under the weather lately. However, he is with the team tonight, and I would presume is available off the bench, as that ball is popped in the air and in foul territory. And John Olmstead, the shortstop, will put that one away for the second out of the inning. So Justin Neville's fouling out here, and in will step Patty McCormick. And he is playing the Keystone tonight. And Patty McCormick will look to keep the inning alive for the Chinooks. And the first pitch to McCormick is outside for ball one.
You keeping the stats?
Is it in play? No, it's out. It's out.
That foul ball brought to you by Northwest Carpet Company.
Background noises.
Straight back at the pitcher.
Came up with the team.
And the 1-1 for Briggs. And before we can do that, another move over to first as Fullerton gets back safely. So Patty McCormick had a terrific game on Thursday, but along with the vast majority, as another move over to first results in Fullerton getting back safely. Along with the vast majority of the Chinooks offense, Fullerton did not have that great of a day yesterday. But then again, so did pretty much everybody on the Chinooks offense. And the 1-1 from Briggs is in there for a called strike. So the count will move to 1-2 on Patty McCormick. And Fullerton takes off as McCormick taps that one foul. Had to swing there in order to stay alive. And another move over to first. So Fullerton definitely has Briggs' attention, although it doesn't seem to be affecting his pitch execution here. And that pitch is ripped at and fouled straight back by McCormick. So Patty McCormick staring down Briggs with a 1-2 count, looking to keep the inning alive for the Chinooks as another move over to Fullerton. As you can actually hear a couple of the fans saying, "Come on, quit picking off." But it is a good move, as it will keep the runner in a good position, at least for the Oilers, as that ball is tapped into shallow center. And Ditzenberger will come on to make the catch for the third out of the inning. So the one out single from Pate Fullerton does not result in anything, as the Chinooks will look to keep the Oilers at bay as we head to the top of the third.
The first winning ticket number is 222 4337. First winning ticket number is 222 4337. Ticket winning ticket number to the Chinooks tent and ask to see Miss Beck to claim your prize from Starbucks located in Eagle River.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, as I apologize for being a touch late here, as we are trying to figure out this microphone situation, as that one has popped into the Bermuda Triangle. Colby Ferris will come on and make the catch for the first out of the inning, as Owen Christie, the left fielder for the Oilers, will be retired on one pitch there, or excuse me, two pitches there.
Second baseman number 24, Trevor Antonsen.
And so Trevor Antonsen, the second baseman, will step up to the plate here in his second at-bat of the day, as that one is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Margot. And he did fly out to right field in his first at-bat, and so he will look to make an adjustment here, as that one swung on and missed. Another good slider from Argomanis. And working quickly, Argomanis looking to punch out Antonsen here. And that ball is ripped down the left field line and foul, as the bullpen was ready to act there.
That foul ball brought to you by Chepo's Mexican Restaurants.
And the 0-2 from Argo is tapped in between first and second, and good PFPs there for Argo as Leo Harris makes the play. So Trevor Antonsen is retired for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Oilers, shortstop number 7, Johnny Olmstead.
And now John Olmstead will step up to the plate here. He is playing short tonight. And he flew out to left field in his first appearance. That one's outside for ball one. So as you heard from pitching coach Hervey earlier, Brendan Argomanis not even a starter at his college this year. And given that fact, he has pitched magnificently for the Chinooks in the early going. Not just in this game, but all season long, as he has been one of the premier pitchers in the Chinooks rotation. And the 2-0 will be swung on and belted down the left field line, but well foul. So good 2-0 swing in there from Olmstead, but was not able to straighten it out. And Argomanis has gotten good swings from the Oilers. on 2-0 counts today, as that one's tapped foul down the right field line and out of play. And a good catch by one of the fans over there, at least that's what I'm guessing by the reaction from our fantastic fan base here. And the 2-2 is downstairs for ball 3. So the count will move full here on John Olmsted. As that ball is ripped down the left field line and foul. Beautiful day for baseball here tonight, as the temperature is about 66 degrees here in Eagle River. There was a bit of a threat of rain earlier, but it does appear, at least in my opinion, that that threat has passed. And the 3-2 count will be well upstairs, so Johnny Olmsted will draw a 2-out walk here, and that will bring up Andrew Soika, who tripled in his last at-bat. Got a good pitch to hit and a 2-out count, and he did not miss it. And so Soika will look to repeat the effort here in this at-bat. And it has been a tale of two different pitching styles for Argo today. He has pitched very well when he has gotten ahead of hitters, as that one is tapped over to McCormick at second. Tough play, but he makes it. Great play from Patty McCormick, so Andrew Soika will be retired here for the 3rd out of the inning. And now the Chinooks will look to get on the board here as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. And I will warn you fans at home, we might be testing out the microphone in between this inning. So just warning you, if you hear me saying check, check, 1, 2, 3, don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Everything's all right. And we're just going to try and figure all that out here. So thank you for your patience.
The Chubiak Eagle River Chinooks would like to thank tonight's sponsor, the Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club. Also, very special to Rider fans, the Mountain Lions Club is offering free vision screening until 8:30. Go see Lion Karen Burns at the Vision Trailer. Also offering free ice cream for all screen children tonight, provided by the Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club.
Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. All right, Mr. Magno and anybody else that's listening that wants to help me out here, did that fix the microphone, as I am using the other microphone now that was not working earlier? Now, anybody wants in the comment section to throw that down there? Oh, he says it's good, so all right. So it appears we have figured it out, which is good. As Leo Harris will step up to the plate here. And the first pitch will be a ball, and the second pitch will be strike 1. So a 1-1 count here for Leo Harris. Leo Harris getting his first start of the season at first base tonight. And that way, Joe Keel can get a little bit of rest. And the count will move to 1-2 on Harris, as that one is in there for strike 3. And Harris trying to figure out where that pitch was, but it was in the zone, according to home plate umpire. So Harris will go down looking here to open up the bottom of the 3rd inning, as Will Batts who went down on strikes in his first at-bat, will look to find a better effort here, as that one's popped foul, and the shortstop, John Olmsted will move over to make the catch, so 2 quick outs for Ben Briggs here. As now John Mark Mullins, who drew a walk in his first at-bat, will step up to the plate with 2 down here.
Now batting for the Chinooks shortstop from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, number 15, John Mark Mullins.
There's not many people here. You want to move forward?
And John Mark Mullins has been one of the hotter hitters in the Shugiak lineup. However, the entire offense has pretty much been in one giant slump over the last few days, as they have dropped 3 out of 4 after opening up the season 3-0. Now, granted, only one of those first 3 games were high scoring, but at the same time, it just seems to be that the offense has been in one giant slump over the last few days, which definitely happens to good baseball teams every now and again, so it's not something to get too worried over, but it is something that is unfortunate to see, as that pitch is downstairs, and the count will move to 3-1. And that pitch is driven out into the left center gap as they dive out there in center, but he will not get it, as John Mark Mullins will turn and head to third, and he will get in standing up. And John Mark Mullins with a big-time 2-out triple here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, as the Chinooks will look to finally, and I really do mean finally, get themselves on the board here after the last 20, as that pitch is fouled straight back. And Matt Magno will step up to the plate here with a runner on third and 2 outs, as he will look to drive in a run and get the entire Chinook offense off the schneid here. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike. So the count will move to 0-2 to Matt Magno. And time will be called here, as Magno didn't like the timing that he was seeing from Briggs. And the 0-2 from Briggs is inside for ball 1. And that pitch is downstairs, and a good block from Ruzma there to keep that ball in front and prevent the run from scoring. And wow, close pitch there, but that pitch will miss, and the count will move to 3-2. So a full count for Matt Magno here. And it is safe to say that even though this is early in the ball game, this is a huge at-bat, as that pitch is swung on and hit foul down the left field line and out of play. And the 3-2 from Briggs is swung on and missed, so a good slider there from Briggs. And Magno goes down swinging. And the Chinooks, unfortunately, do not get a run here, despite the big 2-out triple from John Mark Mullins. And so the Chinooks and Brandon Argamanis will look to keep the Oilers at bay as we head to the top of the 4th.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Oilers, center fielder number 9, Dylan Ditzenberger.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as that pitch is in there for a called strike from Brendan Argamanis, who has looked spectacular to open this ball game as he has pretty much all season long. So the cleanup hitter, Dylan Ditzenberger, also the center fielder for the Oilers, will step up to the plate here to lead off the top of the fourth. The 2-1 will be fouled straight back and out of play. Ditzenberger popped out in in fair territory to Pate Fullerton in his first at-bat. And the 2-2 from Argamanis is just upstairs. A good take there from Ditzenberger.
Come on, strike him out. Strike him out.
And so the count will move full. And that pitch is popped high and out of play down the left field line. Argo shakes, gets the pitch he wants, and the 3-2 is just outside. So a leadoff walk for Ditzenberger here. And so for the first time tonight for either team, I take that back, for the second time tonight, the Oilers will have their leadoff man on. And Argo's first pitch will be in there for a called strike one to John Hanley, the first baseman for the Oilers. Hanley singled in his first at-bat, so he's looking to repeat that effort as that throw over results in Ditzenberger getting back safely. And Argo's 0-1 is inside for ball one, so the count will move to a 1-1. And once again, we did plan to have a little bit more information on the hitters, as that one is not really sure what's happening here. And I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but it appears that the home plate umpire just warned both dugouts. And I am not so sure what is happening here. Okay, and it appears to me that the umpire was simply checking to make sure that was a swing, and they said that it was. So no warnings given, although it did look like he was giving the signals for a warning. I wouldn't have understood why. Clearly there was no intent there, as that pitch is swung on and missed. So a 1-2 fastball up and out of the zone, but Hanley chases, so that will be the first out of the inning, and a big strikeout there for Argamanis. So I do apologize for the confusion there, but I'm sure if you were to go back and watch that, the umpires seemed to point to both dugouts, which generally means that he's giving both dugouts a warning. And with the hit by pitch, it would have made sense in the context. But either way, Ben Grunberg, the designated hitter, will step up to the plate here, as that pitch is outside for ball one. Grunberg hit into a double play his first at-bat, so he definitely does not want to repeat that in this one. And Ditzenberger getting a healthy lead over there at first. And the 1-0 from Argo is in there for a called strike one. And that pitch is a great slider there from Argo, and that one was in there for a strike. So a 1-2 count for Grunberg here, as he looks to figure out Brandon Argomanis here, who has looked dominant despite the leadoff walk. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Great pitch from Argo there. So after the leadoff walk, 2 straight swinging strikeouts for Argomanis here. And now Grant Ruzma will step up to the plate looking to figure Argo out.
Catcher number 23, Grant Rosebud.
And Argo's first pitch will be popped high in the air, and that will stay fair as John Mark Mullins will call everybody off and make the catch. So a good bounce back there from Brandon Argomanis, who works around the leadoff walk. And the Chinooks will look to get on the board here as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Baseball, the Lions Clubs International, the largest service club organization in the world, with more than 1.4 million members and more than 48,000 clubs worldwide. The Lions have 60 clubs statewide.
Still, you wouldn't have been on purpose.
Ray's here to sell her tickets.
Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Chinooks, a designated hitter from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, number 55, Joseph Keel.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as the Chinooks and the Oilers are locked in a 0-0 ball game here as we head to the bottom of the 4th. And that pitch from Ben Briggs is in there for a called strike 1. As both pitchers have looked dominant early on, but Joe Keel stepping up to the plate looking to change that. As that one's upstairs. And our fans cheering that there might be rain coming as that one's tapped to third base and a tough play for Novicki, and he cannot make the play. And very quickly that is marked as an error, so Joe Keel will definitely take that one for the Chinooks as he will reach on an error by the third baseman Novicki. And now Colby Ferris will step up to the plate and look to continue this momentum for the Chinooks. And whoa, that was an interesting move for sure. It definitely looked like what we call in the industry a balk move, when you actually do move your front foot first, which is supposed to be considered a balk. But obviously he got away with it that time as Ferris squares to bunt, and he does not get it to go fair as that one's fouled straight back. So Ferris grounded out to third base in his first at-bat. And the 0-1 is downstairs for ball 1. Pardon my pausing there, but we are getting hassled by some mosquitoes. And they are calling a balk here on Ben Briggs. And so Joe Keel will move over to second base. I'm not going to lie to you folks, I didn't really see it very clearly. So couldn't tell you if he balked or what the balk was. But clearly the umpire saw something to facilitate that call as that pitch is upstairs. For ball 2. So good count here for Ferris as he looks to get Keel home, or at least move him over, with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. And that one also misses. Close pitch there, but no dice for Briggs, as that one will result in the count moving to 3-1. And I have also, as that 3-1 is popped high in the air into left field, straightaway left, as Owen Christie, the left fielder, will move over and make the catch. So Ferris just missed that one, just got under it a little bit, but a good swing nonetheless. But that will result in the first out of the inning. And now Pate Fullerton will step up to the plate here. He's singled in his last at-bat, and no doubt he'll take another single here, as that will at the very least move Joe Keel over to third, if not score him. And the first pitch from Briggs is in there for a called strike 1. Good pitch there, as that just tucked in over the outside corner for Fullerton. And I was saying earlier that it appeared that the fans believe that it's about to start pouring down rain here. And another balk call here, and Briggs is apoplectic. He doesn't know what in the heck he's doing here. He doesn't know what the balk is, and quite frankly, I was looking and I didn't see anything either, but I obviously can't see a lot from this press box. So Joe Keel will move up to third, and in a scoreless ball game, that is huge, as now all it takes is a ground ball to second baseman or shortstop, or a fly ball deep enough to score Keel. And this scoreless tie will be broken, so 2 balks in this inning, something you don't see very often. And that ball is ripped down the right field line, but it will sneak foul. So a 1-2 count here for Fullerton as he looks to get Keel home. And there is a little bit of thunder going on around the ballpark here, so we will see how that will pan out. And hopefully, for all of our sakes, nothing happens as Fullerton swings and misses. So he goes down on strikes, and Keel is stranded at third here. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, it is up to Justin Nevels to get that run home. So Briggs looking to work around the 2 balks, the base hit and the 2 balks here. And the first pitch to Nevels is an off-speed pitch in there for called strike 1. Justin Nevels flew out to shortstop, or fouled out to shortstop, excuse me, in his first at-bat, as that one is hit in the air to right field, deep, and that will be run down near the wall by Andrew Soika. And what a play from Soika, and an unfortunate situation for the Chinooks, as that ball was hit about as hard and as well as you can hit a ball, but unfortunately the bad times just keep rolling for the Chinooks offense as they once again come up empty. So the Chinooks will look to keep the Oilers offense from doing any more damage
Ladies and gentlemen,
in the top of the 5th, as we will take a quick break.
Second of third red ticket giveaway prizes. So at this time, if you will take out your red tickets. Second winning ticket number is 222 4495. Second winning ticket number 222-4495. Take your winning ticket number to the Chinook Shack and ask for Miss Beck to claim your prize from Nail Time Spa in Eagle River.
It was Labor Day weekend, I was 17. I bought a Coke and some gasoline, and I drove out to the county fair. When I saw her for the first time, she was standing there in the ticket line, and it all started right then and there. Oh, say the sky made a perfect sunset, and that's a day I'll never forget. I had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. She was killing me in that mini skirt, skipping rocks on the river by the railroad tracks. She had a suntan line and red lipstick. I worked so hard for that first kiss.
Leading off the top of the
And
fifth
we
for
are
the
back
Oilers,
here
third
live on the
baseman
Chinooks
number
Radio
6,
Network
Henry
here on
Novicki.
YouTube as the Chinooks and Oilers are deadlocked in a scoreless tie here. And the first pitch from Argomanis is just outside for ball one. The Chinooks had a runner on third and one out in the last inning and could not capitalize on the scoreboard. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Good swing there from Henry Novicki. But he did not connect, as that pitch is downstairs for ball two. So, as I said, Henry Novicki, the third baseman, will step up and hope to get the leadoff man on board again for the Oilers here in this inning, as a good slider there from Argo, as that one's in there for strike two. So the count moves to an even 2-2. And that pitch is fouled right back towards our press box, as I'm sure all of you on the live stream will see the camera shake, as we're going to quickly try and adjust the camera. And that one is in there for a called strike three. Brandon Argomanis with a great pitch there, as Novicki goes down looking for the first out of the inning. So now Owen Christie, who flew out to right field in his first at-bat, will step up here and try and get something going off of Argomanis.
Now batting for the Oilers, left fielder.
Both
number 11,
pitchers
Owen
have
Christie.
looked stellar to open up this ball game. And that one is in there for a called strike. Or possibly a swinging strike. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, it is strike one, as that one is also in there for strike two. So quickly, Argomanis up 0-2 here. And the last half inning particularly frustrating, I'm sure, for the Chinooks, as that one's tapped foul down the right field line and out of
That
play,
foul ball brought to you by 3 batters
as
the last
Keel
game.
reached on an error as the leadoff man in that inning. And even after 2 balks, the Chinooks could not capitalize, as the bad times just keep rolling for the offense, as that one is swung on and missed. But the good times keep on rolling for Brandon Argomanis, as he has looked fantastic here to start this ball game.
Now batting for the Oilers, second baseman number 24.
And that is
Trevor
the 4th
Antonsen.
strikeout of the day for Argomanis. However, it is the 4th in the last 2 innings. So the last 2 innings, the strikeout pitch has been working for Argo, as that one is popped high in the air in the middle of the infield, as Patty McCormick settles under it and will make the catch for a quick out number 3. So a quick and good inning, as Trevor Antonsen will pop out to Patty McCormick here to end the top of the 5th.
And
So
top
the
of the
Chinooks
fifth for the
will look
Oilers.
to get
No
something,
hits,
anything
Oilers
going
no
here in
errors.
the bottom of the
Midway
5th
through
inning, as we
five.
will
have
take
no
a quick
score
break.
between the Oilers and Chinooks.
Oh, I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think
the bottom of the fifth for the Chinooks, second baseman from Northern Illinois University, number 5.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as Patty McCormick step up to the plate looking to get something going for the Chinooks against Ben Briggs, who has looked very, very good to start this ball game. And that one's inside for ball 1. And that one is ripped into left field for a base hit, so Patty McCormick will start things off with a base hit here to open the frame, and that has to be a welcome sight for himself and the Chinooks. As for the second inning in a row, the leadoff man will get on base.
Now batting for the Chinooks, first baseman
And in will
for the
step
University
Leo
of
Harris,
Alabama,
the first
Birmingham,
baseman for the Chinooks
number
tonight.
24, Leo
And
Harris.
with his propensity to drop down a lot of good bunts early on this season, we will keep an eye on if that is what the plan is for Harris and the Chinooks here. And it appears it will be, but before we can get to that, a move over to first as McCormick gets back safely. So Novicki, the third baseman, playing way in, obviously looking for the bunt. And his assumptions are correct here, as that one's in there for a called strike. So Leo Harris looking to move Patty McCormick over to second base. Or even better, to reach on a bunt single here. So Leo Harris squaring around a bunt, and he gets it down. And it's a pretty good one, as Briggs will tag him out, but he gets the job done, as Patty McCormick will head over to second base on the sacrifice bunt from Leo Harris. But that will be the first out of the inning, and now Will Batts, one of the best hitters on the Chinooks up to this point, will step up to the plate in a big spot, as he's looking to drive one in and drive one into the outfield to get Patty McCormick home to break this scoreless tie in the bottom of the fifth. And the first pitch to Batts is a good one, and it is in there for a called strike. Briggs has gotten ahead with that pitch a lot tonight, and it has worked out for him up to this point. So the count will move to 0-1 on Will Batts, and another balk from Ben Briggs, and at this point, he's got to be sitting there going, I don't know what I'm doing. And it looked like he tried to call somebody over to tell him what he's doing, and nobody will. Not exactly sure what the balk was, but regardless, Patty will move over to third base, which is huge here with one out, as now a simple ball into the outfield will have a good chance of scoring McCormick, as he has plus speed, as that one's fouled off. So that counts 3 balks against Ben Briggs, as he has just as many balks as he has hits given up in this one, as that one is ripped into center field and caught in center, but that will be plenty deep enough to score Patty McCormick. So a sacrifice fly for Will Batts, and finally, and I really do, ladies and gentlemen, mean finally, after what has been an over 20-inning drought, the Chinooks have scored a run here and take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting for the Chinooks, shortstop from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, number 15, John
So now John Mark Mullins, who had a big triple in his last at-bat, will step up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. And that pitch is, I believe, just inside for ball 1. And the 1-0 from Briggs will be in there for a called strike 1. So Briggs gets his sign as he looks to bounce back after giving up a run there, and that one's in there for a called strike 2. And I don't think Mullins liked that call, but nonetheless, it is in there for strike 2, so the count will move to 1-2. And the 1-2 to Mullins is downstairs, so good take there from Mullins as that looked to be a changeup, perhaps, from Briggs. So 2-2 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th to Mullins as that one's fouled off. Back and off to the left, or at least my left. So John Mark Mullins making Briggs work here with 2 outs. And the 2-2 again from Briggs is swung on and fouled off the foot of Mullins. And the home plate umpire will give Mullins a bit of a break here. And I hope for the sake of Briggs that the home plate umpire is explaining what Briggs has been doing to balk all this time. At least for Briggs' psyche so that he doesn't continue to do it. Although I'm sure the Chinooks will love for him to continue to do it. But as a former pitcher, I can assure you that it is one of the most frustrating things in the world when you continue to balk and no one will tell you what the heck you're doing, so it just keeps on happening. As that pitch is swung on and tapped into shallow center, and that will drop in between 2 outfielders. And John Mark Mullins has himself another hit. And this time, he's in there for a double. Good effort there from Ditzenberger and Christie, but neither of them could get there as that one landed just perfectly in between them. And John Mark Mullins has himself another 2-out extra base hit, this time with a double. And so Matt Magno will step up to the plate as he enters the ball game with the song Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. As if that doesn't show you the personality that Magno has, I don't know what will. He's definitely a fun-loving, free-swinging kind of guy. As the 0-0 to Magno is in there for a called strike. So he will look to drive in Mullins here to add a little bit of cushion for Brandon Argamanis, who has pitched just absolutely fantastic up to this point. Quite frankly, as both pitchers have. And that one's downstairs for ball 1. And I do apologize as there's a B in here, although it does appear to have left. So that's good. And that one's tapped foul down the third base line and over toward the Chinook dugout. So the count moves to 1-2 on Magno.
Chepo's Mexican Restaurants.
So the 1-2 in the battle of number 17s is tapped foul straight back. And another 1-2, and instead we're going to get a look over to John Mark Mullins at second base, and he scampers back. So Matt Magno is 0 for 2 thus far tonight. But he's looking to drive in a run here for the Chinooks, and it would be a big one as it would give them a little bit of a cushion here as that one's in the dirt, but a good stop there from Ruzma. As that is a tough snag, especially on turf. But he's able to get a glove on it and get his body in front of it and stop Mullins from advancing to third base or possibly farther. And the 2-2 is swung on and hit up the middle. And the second baseman gloves and fires, and a good play there from Antonsen. That is definitely a tough play, but a good one.
In the bottom of the
So
fifth,
a
Chinooks,
good effort
one
there
run
from
for
Magno,
two
but it
hits,
unfortunately
no
winds
errors,
up
and one
with
man
his,
left. We're through five
or with the
complete.
third out of the
Score,
inning, not with his
Chinooks
third out of
one,
the inning,
Oilers
excuse me.
none.
So the Chinooks do get one there, and so the scoreless tie is broken. And we will head into the top of the sixth inning with the Chinooks up
Fans,
1-0.
Reminder, for 5 more minutes, the Sleeping Lady Mountain Lions Club is offering free vision screening. Go see Karen Burns at the Vision Trailer. Also offering free ice cream for all children screen tonight. Provided by the Sleeping Lady Mountains Lions Club, the sponsor of Chinooks Baseball.
I was sleeping with a loaded gun. I was scared of all the things I've done. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright now. I was chasing down a high again, trying to take whatever I could get. But you know I had to pay the rent. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright now. I know, you know, everybody knows when the lights go out. Kids are not about now. I made enough to make a long dog.
Leading off the top of the sixth for the Oilers, shortstop number 7, Johnny Olmstead.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube. As that is a fantastic joke over here. I will not repeat it. Anybody that wants to know what the joke is can just look in the comments section. And no, Mr. Ryan, you have not missed the question of the night, as I am still trying to come up with it. As Brendan Argomanis looks good to start this evening, as that pitch is just outside for ball one. If you have a question that you would like to pose to the comment section, feel free, and I will repeat it into the comment section for those of you who are not looking at it, as that pitch is driven out to medium deep right field, as Colby Ferris will kind of drift back a little bit to make the catch. As John Olmstead, the shortstop, will be retired for the first out of the inning, as Brendan Argomanis has looked dominant here.
Now batting for the Oilers, right fielder number 22,
To
Andrew Soika.
Start and continue in this ball game. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Couldn't tell if that was a changeup, but if it was filthy. Not exactly sure what that was. But whatever it was good. And so the 0-1 is in there for a called strike, too, to Andrew Soika, the right fielder. And the 0-2 from Argo is tapped up the middle for a base hit. So good 0-2 swing in there, as he just kind of flicked his bat out there and hit that one into center for a base hit. So the second hit of the ball game for Soika, and he is 2 for 3 on the evening so far. And that pitch is just outside for ball one. And the 1-0 from Argo is also outside for ball two. So a good hitter's count for Ditzenberger here, who is 0 for 1 with a walk so far tonight. So the Chinooks have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the sixth. And that one is just outside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count here to Ditzenberger, who's looking for his second walk of the day. We'll see what Argo gives him on 3-0, and also if Soika is moving here. And he is. And the throw down from Magno gets into center field, and Soika going to try for third, and he's going to get there. And the ball now gets away from Fullerton, but Fullerton scampers over and gets it before Soika can scamper home. So that will be a stolen base and a throwing error. So now the Oilers are in a great position to tie up this ball game with one out here in the top of the 6th. And Argo's 3-1 is tapped foul down the third base line and over toward the on-deck circle.
That foul ball brought to you by JR Septic Plumbing and Excavation.
So for those who missed the bottom half of the 5th inning, the Chinooks took a 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly from Will Batts after a double, stolen base, and balk from Patty McCormick, although Patty McCormick did not balk, as that one's going to be kind of tapped into right field down the line, and that's going to drop in there. And he's safe, so a double there for Dylan Ditzenberger. And that ball was fair by about 6 inches there, folks, so tough break there for the Chinooks. And that 1-0 lead has quickly evaporated, as now this game is knotted up at 1. So Brendan Argomanis will look to bounce back here against John Hanley, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in his first at-bat and struck out in his second, as that one is swung on and missed. So Argo going right after Hanley there. And he got him to swing through that one. And it does appear that JoJo Penberthy will be warming up in the pen, as that one is driven deep to left. And that ball is going to one-hop the wall in left field. And Nevels gets it in quickly, and not quickly enough, as Ditzenberger will score. And John Hanley with a two-bagger there. That will also drive in a run. So the score will now be 2-1 here, as 3 straight hits for the Oilers will have this ball game looking completely different than it did just 5 minutes ago. And that will prompt pitching coach Troy Hervey to come out and talk to his pitcher, probably to see how he's feeling and what he's feeling. And once again, they do have JoJo Penberthy warming up in the pen, but it does not appear that he will be called upon at this moment, as Argo will continue. So now, with one out here in the top of the 6th inning, Ben Grunberg, the designated hitter, will look to keep the momentum going for the Oilers.
Now batting DH Ben Grunberg.
And I'm not sure what that time was called for, but time was called nonetheless. So the 0-0 will be swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Argo, as he gets ahead with that good slider. So the count will move to 1-0 here on Ben Grunberg, who is 0 for 2 tonight so far. He has struck out and grounded into a double play in this one, as that one is swung on and missed. So 2 sliders and 2 swings and misses to open this at-bat, and we will see if Argo gives him anything else. And the 0-2 is downstairs, and a good block from Magno to keep Hanley at second. So the count moves to 1-2 here. So the 1-2 from Argo is taken. Strike three. Great slider there from Argo, and he gets Grunberg looking here for the second out of the inning. So good bounce back there as Grant Rusma, the catcher, will step up
Now
to the
batting
plate.
for the Oilers, catcher number 23, Grant Rosema.
So Rusma, who will look to drive in that run from second base for the Oilers, is 1 for 2 on the evening. He singled in his first at-bat and popped out to the shortstop in his second at-bat. And that pitch is upstairs for a ball. And the 1-0 from Argo is driven out to deep right field. And that ball is going to be a fair ball. And it looked like it was gone. So a home run there for Grant Rusma. I apologize. I couldn't exactly see considering my seat, but it apparently cleared the wall. So Grant Rusma with a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. And suddenly this is a 4-1 ball game. And you have to wonder if this is going to be the end of the night. And I'm not exactly sure. As Troy Hervey looked like he was pacing a little bit. Maybe thinking about going and taking out his pitcher, but he decides not to. And Argomanis 0-0 will be popped into shallow left, and Mullins makes a great running catch, as that is a very tough play, but John Mark Mullins makes it look easy as Henry Novicki is retired to end the inning. So 4 runs for the Oilers in this inning, including a 2-run home run from Grant Rusma.
Midway through 6, it's the Oilers 4.
So 4 hits in that inning for the Oilers, including 3 extra base hits and a home run. So the Chinooks will look to keep the offense rolling and get back some of those runs when we come back in the bottom of the 6th.
He gets up before the dawn, packs a lunch and a thermos full of coffee. It's another day in the dusty haze, burning rays of
Fans, your attention, please. Now pitching for the Oilers, a freshman from George Mason, number 2, Dylan Crowley.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, you're gonna take all the world someday. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place. We will rock you. Sing it. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna make you zombie someday. You got mud on your face, big disgrace. Somebody better put your bag into your place. We will.
All right, and we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network as Joe Keel will step up to start off this inning against the new pitcher for the Oilers, Dylan Crowley. So So that will be the end of the night for Ben Briggs, as he pitched definitely well enough to keep his team in the ball game, as he only gave up 1 run in his 5 innings of work, and that pitch is in there for a called strike. So now he will turn it over to Crowley to, at the very least, keep the Chinooks bats at bay in this inning. And that pitch is just outside for ball 1. Excuse me, I almost said ball 2. And the 1-1 from Crowley's downstairs. So Joe Keel working himself to a 2-1 count so far here. Looking to drive one. Get himself on base. Get some started for the Chinooks, as that one is driven into right field for a base hit. So Joe Keel does exactly that. Works himself into a good count and drives it into right field for a base hit. And the Chinooks, for the 3rd straight inning, have the leadoff man on. And that will bring up Colby Ferris,
Now batting for the Chinooks,
who is 0 for 2 thus far in this ball game.
Colby Ferris.
We got a good question here for the Chinook fan base in the comments section from Mr. Ryan. Which Hall of Famer was also the oldest MLB rookie? And I do have to admit, I do not believe I know the answer to this. I'm going to have to think about it. Okay, well, I just had the answer spoiled for me. Hopefully none of you guys heard that. So we will see if anybody can get the question right in the comments section. I will repeat the question one more time for those who are not looking at the comment section. Which Hall of Famer was also the oldest MLB rookie? And no, the answer is not Yerman Mercedes, who has made his rookie debut at 28. And there was also a young man who made his Major League debut this past season, I believe at the age of something around 34, his first MLB appearance. So anybody wants to give that question a stab, go right ahead. And the 3-1 to Ferris is inside. So the first 2 Chinooks reach base here to open the bottom of the 6th, which is a great sign here. And now Pate Fullerton will step up to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Had a base hit in his first at-bat and struck out in his second. And for those of you listening at home, trying to figure out the question, and Mr. Magno has guessed Satchel Paige, and unless I am mistaken, that should be the answer. So congratulations, Mr. Magno. You got the answer right. And I will have a question of the night going into this top half of the inning, or the next top half of the inning, I should say. So thank you, Mr. Ryan. And he does confirm the suspicion, as Satchel Paige is the correct answer. Satchel Paige, one of the greatest pitchers of all time, played many years in the Negro Leagues before eventually making his way to the majors.
That foul ball brought to you by Northwest Carpet Company.
By the way, for anybody who's a nerd like me and plays Stratomatic, the board game version of baseball, Satchel Paige is indeed one of the best starters you can have. I had him on my team for this past season. And that ball is chucked into center field, and it looked like Fullerton tried to square around a bunt. He popped it up to the pitcher. An unfortunate break for the Chinooks. So that will unfortunately mean that the runners will stay put, and with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, Pate Fullerton will stay, or excuse me, Justin Nevels, not Pate Fullerton. He just batted. Justin Nevels will step up to the plate. My apologies. And he is 0 for 2 with a foul out and a fly out The flyout was to deep right field, and it was unfortunate as there was a runner on third, and it was about as good a swing as you could put on a ball, and it did not result in a run. And that pitch is swung on and driven back foul and out of play. And that pitch is swung on and missed. So quickly, Nevels goes down on strikes, and that will be the second out of the inning. So despite the first two runners getting on base for the Chinooks, nothing has happened up to this point, as Dylan Crowley
from Northern Illinois University, number 5, Patty McCormick.
Dylan Crowley has shut down the Chinooks lineup after the first two men get on base. And now Patty McCormick will take that curveball downstairs. So that will be ball one. And that pitch is swung on and foul tipped into the catcher's mitt for strike one. I do have to ask, I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Mr. Ryan, by a little queen. I don't think I said a little queen, so I'm a little confused. Oh, if that was one of the songs, then okay. I cannot really hear the music as I have my headset on, but if that is what it is, then that makes sense. I was a little confused sitting there. I was like, I don't think I said that phrase, but I could have. I don't know. So the 1-1 here to Fullerton is, or not Fullerton, excuse me, McCormick, is that one's tapped foul. I don't know why I keep thinking Pate's up to bat. He's already batted in this inning, guys. Goodness, stop saying his name. I don't know what is wrong with me here. And once again, I will have the question of the day for the comments section in the top half of the 7th inning, so just stick around for that. And that pitch is swung at and fouled straight back, so McCormick looks like he has to check his bat. So 1-2 count here for Patty McCormick as he looks to, at the very least, get that runner home from second, as Joe Keel has been standing out there for quite a long time. And that pitch is downstairs, and a good block from Rusma, who hit the 2-run home run in the last inning to open this lead up to 4-1. And the 2-2 is fouled off as well. So good at bat here from Patty McCormick.
That ball brought to you by 3 Bears Alaska.
So another 2-2 count being set up here. And that one is in there for a called strike 3. And McCormick couldn't pull the trigger. So he will go down on strikes to end the inning, and the Chinook threat will not come to pass here. So we will go to the bottom of the 7th with the score 4-1. And just remember, comment section, be ready for the question of the day because it is a doozy. So we will be back right here in a few minutes after a short break.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks would like to announce the winning ticket numbers for our white ticket holders as part of our Chinooks Booster Club members. So at this time, will the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks Booster Club members take out their white tickets? The first of 2 white ticket gift giveaways. Winning ticket number is 545-9251. Winning ticket number 545-9251. Take your winning ticket to the Chinook Shack to claim your prize from the Quilt Cash. And now at this time, if you will keep your white tickets out, we'll be announcing our second winning white ticket number. Our second winning white ticket number is ticket 5459209. Our second winning white ticket number is 5459209. Take your white ticket to the Chinook Shack to claim your prize from Trustworthy Hardware. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for your Chinooks, a sophomore right-hander from the Masters College, number 30, Josiah Penberthy. Now pitch hitting for the Oilers, number 21, Bryce Marsh.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube. As I might have to hold off the question of the day, as I might actually be wrong on the question that I asked, so I am looking that up right now. So just bear with me here as JoJo Penberthy will step up here.
That foul ball brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Gavin Reed.
And that pitch is in there for a called strike two. So I am going to change up the question. However, the answer will still be the same as what I'm looking for, as that ball is driven out to right field, and that is way back there, and it is going to one-hop the wall as Colby Ferris will get it in quickly. As it appeared that there was a pinch hitter there, and I'm not exactly sure who it was, and I'll tell you that information in a second. Bryce Marsh was the pinch hitter there for the Oilers, and that is a great swing there, as he will lace himself a double. So now Trevor Antonsen will step up to the plate here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here is the question of the day. Who is the only pitcher in the modern era to have 5 or more All-Star appearances and yet never, even one time, pitch in the postseason? So once again, I will repeat the question. Who is the only pitcher in the modern era to have 5 or more All-Star appearances and yet never pitch in the postseason? So in the comments section, put your guesses, and please, folks at home, don't Google it. That's just sad. All right, we don't need Google helping us out. I want to test your brain power here. And I will be giving out hints if you guys do need it. And the first one will be this. He is still playing baseball as of today. He has not yet retired, so he is still playing. That pitch is popped up into foul territory as Matt Magno will call everybody off and make the catch. So a good bounce back there from Penberthy as he gets Trevor Antonsen to pop out for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Oilers, shortstop.
Fergie Jenkins is a good guess, however, that is not the answer. So now John Olmstead, the shortstop, will step up to the plate here. And the 1-1 from Penberthy is swung on and missed. So a good pitch there from Penberthy. Yes, Fergie Jenkins is a good guess. However, he was only an all-star 3 times. So a good guess there for you, but unfortunately that is not the answer. And also, Fergie Jenkins is not still playing. So maybe not as good of a guess as I originally thought. But he is, the man that I am thinking of is still playing. Once again, for those of you just joining us, the question of the day: who is the only pitcher to have 5 or more All-Star appearances and yet has never pitched in the postseason?
Now batting for the Oilers, right fielder number 22, Andrew Soika.
So now Andrew Soika, who is 2 for 3 here thus far in this ball game. And that pitch is just upstairs. Good pitch from Penberthy, but it was just upstairs. So the count will move to 1-0, and that even fooled our scoreboard person. And that pitch is outside, so the count will move to 2-0 here. Two on and 1 out here for Penberthy as that one is popped high in the air in foul territory. Will it stay? And my goodness, that ball was drifting like crazy, so Pate Fullerton could not track it down, and that one will drop. So the count will move to 1-2.
Scott Bleeker of Prime Lending.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I still see that there's been no other guesses here, so if you would like, I can give another hint for the comment section. If not, then I will just simply let you guys think about it for a little while. And that pitch is swung on and missed. Good pitch from Penberthy. And that will move the count to 2-2. Big swing there from Soika, and he did not connect. So the count will move to 2-2 with 1 out and 2 on here in the top of the 7th. As that one shatters the bat of Soika. And you got to look out for the splinters if you're Leo Harris over there. So the count remains 2-2. And man, the first question of the day, and you guys are stumped. I like it. Means I came up with a good one. And that ball's tapped foul. Good pitch from Penberthy there, but Soika playing spoiler. And that ball is slapped to short. And they turn the double play. Great reaction from Patty McCormick over there at second to sprint over to second base. And a tough break for the Oilers as JoJo Penberthy gets out of the inning with nothing.
And the top of the 7th for the Oilers. No runs coming on, 1 hit, no errors, and no men left. Midway through 7.
So now the Chinooks will look to get something going here as they find themselves down 4-1 here going into the bottom of the 6th, and I'm still looking forward to your guys' answers in the comments section as to who is the only pitcher in the modern era to have 5 or more All-Star appearances and never pitch in the playoffs.
For the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, joined by a special member in the Chinooks bullpen.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the Chinooks. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your own Carson Cody. Leading off the bottom of the 7th for your
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as we were given a rousing rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game by the Chinooks' own Carson Cody. So thank you very much, Carson, for that as Leo Harris steps up to the plate to lead things off for the Chinooks as they look to get anything going here in the bottom of the 7th. And Harris squares to bunt, and he pulls back as that one was outside for ball 1. Dylan Crowley still in the game for the Oilers as he pitched a pretty good bottom of the 6th as that one's tapped down the third base line and just foul. And that was very close there, but that was unfortunately called foul.
That foul ball brought to you by Northwest.
And thank you very much from the Penberthy family, but no, the answer is not Justin Verlander, although as many of us would not like to count the 2017 playoff run that Justin Verlander was on. Justin Verlander has also won a World Series, and even before he went to the Astros, many people forget this now, but the Detroit Tigers were one of the American League's powerhouse, and part of the reason for that was the dominant pitching staff. At one point, they had Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer, Rick Porcello, Doug Fister, and Anibal Sanchez as their starting 5, so they made it to the playoffs pretty much every year, not to mention the lineup that boasted bats such as Victor Martinez, Miguel Cabrera, and for a spell, Prince Fielder, along with other guys such as Ian Kinsler. So, no, the answer is not Justin Verlander, but thank you very much for the guess. As we will continue, as that's a curveball just outside for ball 2. So, once again, for those of you just joining us, the question of the day, which pitcher, who is the only pitcher to have, or in the modern era at least, so let me start that over as that one swung on and missed. Who is the only pitcher in the modern era to have 5 or more All-Star appearances and not pitch a single game in the postseason? And the hint that I gave is that he is still currently playing in the majors. And I will give other hints if they are requested. As Will Batts steps up to the plate as Allen's hit down the left field line, foul and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by J.R.
So Leo Harris with a strikeout there to open the bottom of the 7th. As he is now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks here. So not the start that he has wanted today, at least up to this point. As Allen is downstairs, and a good block there from Rusma, who hit a big 2-run home run early on in this ball game, as that one is just outside. Good take there from Batts, as that one was very close. And that one is also downstairs. So quickly 3-1. Aaron Penberthy would like another hint. Alrighty. So another hint for you guys. This pitcher As wow, that was a close pitch there, but the pitcher gets the benefit of the doubt. So another hint, and actually, before I can give the hint, we do have the correct answer in the comments section as Cade Mullins, as Will Batts goes down for the second out of the inning. We do have the correct answer, as the answer is Felix Hernandez. Despite his royalty, King Felix, who has also thrown a perfect game and won the Cy Young Award despite only winning 13 games, has 6 All-Star appearances and has never pitched a single inning in the postseason. So that is the correct answer. Congratulations, Cade, for getting the correct answer. I really hope that you didn't look that up on the internet, because that would just be sad. We don't want that. We don't want to look that up on the internet. But congratulations to Cade Mullins for getting the correct answer. And that 2-0 pitch is ripped down to third. But a good play there from Henry Nowicki, as that will be the third out of the inning. So nothing doing here in the bottom of the 7th for the Chinooks, as they go 1, 2, 3 here, and in rather quick succession.
Our score, the Oilers 4, the Chinooks 1.
And so now the Chinooks will look to keep the Oilers' bats at bay as we head to the top of the 8th.
Like I'm learning the hard way again. It's all my fault. Yeah, I dropped the ball. You're gone and I'm gone 360 to win. Thinking about all I've wasted on you. All of this time and all of this money. All of these sorries I don't know you, honey. All of these miles on this Chevy and present. You are them days I spent wasted on you.
Leading off the top of the 8th for the Oilers, center fielder number 9, Dylan Dinsenberger.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube, as the Chinooks find themselves down 4-1 here going into the top of the 8th.
That foul ball brought to you by Bright Star Care.
Oh, well, that is fantastic, Miss Mullins. So, very nice. I assume that you are related or perhaps a parent to John Mark. So that is awesome, and I'm glad that the baseball knowledge has rubbed off on you. I thought it'd be a challenging question, as that one is ripped into center field for a base hit, as Dylan Ditzinger gets his second hit of the night. So perhaps I have to find some harder questions for you guys,
Now batting for the Oilers,
which
first
I would
baseman
be
number
very
39,
happy to do.
John
So
Henry.
don't worry about it. And I could probably come up with another question here tonight if you guys want. That's obviously optional, as we've already had 2 questions asked in the comment section. As that one is in there for a called strike. Aaron Penberthy wants another question. All right, as that one is swung on and missed. So good pitch from Penberthy there. And I'm surprised that Mrs. Penberthy wants another question, as JoJo is pitching absolutely fantastic right now. I figure you want to focus on that, but I have absolutely no problem with giving another question, and I have a pretty good one, although it might be a little too easy for you guys, but we'll see. On April 23rd, 1999, the St. Louis Cardinals hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning. And what makes that more impressive, as it was done by the same player, and that has only happened 1 time in the history of MLB baseball. What I want to know is, who was that player? So who is the player that is the only person to hit 2 home runs? Oh, Aaron's the dad. I'm sorry. I apologize. Who is the only player to hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning in a Major League Baseball game? And, well, the answer already come into play. Fernando Tatis off the same pitcher, so there we go. Like I said, it'd probably be a little too easy for you guys, so I'll come up with another one that's a little more difficult. And that one is thrown over. And Ditzenberger gets back safely, so 1's all around here. 1 runner on a 1-1 count, 1 out here in the inning. Okay, all right, I get it. The answer's Tatis. Lots of you guys know that, so that's pretty good. And that pitch is in there for a called strike 2. So JoJo Penberthy looking good here. And it was definitely a lot of fun to get to talk to Penberthy during the game yesterday. He is a very, very good guy. Seems to have a good head on his shoulders, likes to have fun. And definitely has a unique perspective on a lot of different areas. So it was a great conversation, and I hope to have him back in the booth very soon. Oh, yeah, man, that... And the 3-2 from Penberthy is in there for a called strike 3. Great pitch from Penberthy as he gets Grunberg to strike out looking here. Or I do apologize, that was Taylor Johnson, the pinch hitter, who goes down looking there, as now Grant Rusma, the catcher, will step up here. He had a 2-run home run in his last at-bat, which has clearly been a huge deciding factor in this ballgame, as that is tapped down the third base line, and that is a perfect bunt. So Rusma showing off his versatility here, as that will be his third base hit of the ballgame as a bunt single.
Now batting for the Oilers, third baseman number 6, Henry Novicki.
And Henry Novicki, the third baseman, will step up to the plate with 2 on and 2 out here against JoJo Penberthy, as that one is drilled high in the air to center field, and Batts will move over to his right and make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the threat will not come to pass here for the Oilers, as the Chinooks will look to get into the bottom of the 8th inning and get something going, as I will come up with another question for you guys when we come back.
Fans, friendly reminder that the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks prohibit climbing of the fences at Lee Jordan Field. So no climbing of the fences of any sort while on the premises. Thank you. And now, fans, at this time, if you will take out your blue split the pot ticket, we have the winning ticket number. Our winning split the pot ticket number is 410819. Winning split the pot ticket number 410819. Take your winning ticket number behind the press box. Our pot tonight sits at $238. And fans, one friendly reminder that burgers and hot dogs are now half off from now to the end of the game. That's half off of burgers and hot dogs from now to the end of the game.
Alexander, where are you going?
Leading off the bottom of the 8th for the Chinooks, a catcher from Northwood University, number 17, Matt Magno.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube as Matt Magno steps up to the plate with the Chinooks down by 3 and running out of chances here as we are in the bottom of the 8th as that one's upstairs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I do have a question for you. Huey Jennings holds the record for the most times being hit by pitch both in a season and in a career. But who holds the highest hit by pitch percentage in a season for a hitter in Major League history? Once again, who has the highest hit by pitch percentage in Major League history? So what I mean by that is a hitter who is hit by a pitch the highest percentage of the time considering his at-bats.
Put that down. What is that? Where'd you get that?
And I will admit this, even for the biggest trivia sticklers, this will probably be a difficult one as that one is in there for a called strike 3. Good curveball there from Crowley as Matt Magno goes down looking here to open up the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting for the Chinooks, a designated hitter from the University of Alabama, Birmingham.
The answer is not Ron Hunt. However, that is a very good guess as he was very, very good at getting hit with a pitch. Although I do believe he might be the one that holds the record for most hit by pitches in one season. And it is Huey Jennings who holds for the most in his career. So I do apologize for that, but that is not the answer, as you do also have to factor in number of at-bats. And Ron Hunt played a lot in that season, so even getting hit by 50 pitches will not mean that he is number one in the percentage category, as that one's tapped to short, and it eats up Olmstead, excuse me. So Joe Keel will once again reach on an error here, as he will reach first. No, the answer is not Craig Biggio, nor his son Kevin Biggio, for that matter. Although Biggio was very good at getting hit with a pitch, so that is a good guess. Pedro Martinez, no, it was not Pedro Martinez. He is, although, my favorite pitcher of all time, as that one is driven out to right center field. But the center fielder, Ditzenberger, will get under it and make the catch for out number 2. So Colby Ferris is retired for the second out of the inning. But yes, Pedro Martinez, while he is my favorite pitcher of all time as a young Red Sox fan and growing up as a kid, he is not the answer to this question. And like I said, even for you trivia sticklers, this will be the most difficult, this might be the most difficult question. And that pitch just swung on and missed. Good swing there from Fullerton, but he does not connect with that. Yes, I can repeat the question. So the question is, who has the highest hit by pitch percentage in a season? So not the person who was hit by pitches the most times, but the highest percentage of times. I'm glad I got somebody. So that's good to know. This is a difficult question, as that ball is thrown into the down the right field line, and Joe Keel will head to second base. So a bad decision there, as Joe Keel will now head to second base on what will surely be a throwing error. So we have a couple of good guesses here. Justin Turner, not the answer. Although that is a good guess. He's very good at getting hit with a pitch, too. And Tommy Tucker, also, not the answer, but another good guess. So the count will move to 3-2 on Pate Fullerton. I will give another hint, as this is a tough question. As that one's ripped into the right center field gap. And so now Keel will come around to score. Fullerton trying to get to second, and he will stop at first. But an RBI single for Pate Fullerton here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, and the Chinooks now only trail by 2 as the score moves to 4-2. So anyway, that excitement out of the way. I will give another hint. This man, he has played within the last 10 years, and he played for both the Cleveland Indians and the Tampa Bay Rays. So those are your 2 hints, and have fun. As now Patty McCormick will step in and take a good curveball there from Crowley for strike 1. Or excuse me, Justin Nevels, not Patty McCormick. I do apologize. I made that mistake twice tonight. I'm not exactly sure why. And that pitch is in there for a called strike as Pate Fullerton gets back safely. Tony Fernandez, no, another good guess. However, that is not the answer. And Fullerton takes off, and a wild throw as Nevels strikes out to end the inning. So Nevels will strike out, but the Chinooks do get one back, and I am still waiting on the answer to who has the highest hit by pitch percentage in the Major League history. And we will head to the top of the 9th here with the Chinooks trailing 4-2.
Leading off the top of the ninth for the Oilers, pinch hitting from the Kenai Peninsula, number 20, Tanner Using.
And we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network. As JoJo Penberthy gets Tyler Ussing to swing and miss at the first two pitches of the inning. And he is quickly down 0-2. And a good pitch from Penberthy there as he gets 3 strikes for the out here.
Now batting for the Oilers, second baseman number 24,
So now,
Trevor Antonsen.
Trevor Antonsen will step up to the plate here with 1 out in the top of the ninth. As Alvin's in there for a strike. So a couple of new answers. Don Baylor, not the answer. And Huey Jennings, the hit-by-pitch king in terms of number, but not the hit-by-pitch king in terms of percentage. And that pitch from Penberthy is fouled straight back and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by God.
So a 1-2 count here to Antonsen. And like I said early on, another hint will be that this man has played within the last 20 years. And in fact, has played within the last 10 years. And played for the Cleveland Indians as well as the Tampa Bay Rays. So any other player will be out of the running. And that pitch was downstairs for ball 2. So the count moves to 2-2 here. And that pitch is just outside. I know Penberthy wanted that, but he didn't get it. So the count moves full here. And that pitch is driven out to deep center field as Bats drifts back and settles under it to make the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Oilers, shortstop number 7, Johnny Olmstead.
So 2 out here as John Olmstead steps up to the plate. And JoJo Penberthy looks to give the Chinooks a chance going into the bottom of the ninth. And that one is inside. And I will give another hint here, as that one is outside. So 2-0 here quickly to Olmstead. So a lot of you guys are naming hitters that got hit with a pitch a lot in a season, which, you know, is a good strategy. So I will help you out by telling you that the man who is the answer to this question was only hit with 27 pitches in a season. However, his at-bat count was so low because he was generally a guy who would just come in and pinch hit, or, as that pitch apparently hit John Olmstead, so... Or I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but it sounded like everybody was saying that it hit him, but I'm not sure it did because it didn't look like it hit anything. So it looked like just a regular ball four to me. I don't know what everybody was saying there, but anyways. But his at-bat count was so low because he was just kind of a platoon guy that he ended up with the highest hit by pitch percentage in Major League history. So not a guy who played every day, and not even a guy who started every day when he did play. So definitely a stumper here, and I'm very excited about that, just so you guys know. And like I said earlier, he played for the Indians and the Tampa Bay Rays, as that should give something away, as I did not say the Devil Rays, I did say the Rays. And he has played within the last 10 years. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. So after falling behind 2-0, Penberthy comes back and throws a good off-speed pitch for strike one. And the 2-1 from Penberthy is slapped over to second base, and McCormick stays with it, fires to first base, and that will end the inning. So 3 good innings from Penberthy here, as the Chinooks go into the bottom of the ninth down 2, and they will look to rally here
No hits, no errors, 1 man left. We move to the bottom
as we move to the bottom of the ninth.
Chinooks, they trail 4-2. Fans, your attention, please. Now pitching for the Oilers, a freshman right-hander from Cal Baptist University, number 30, Lee Atkinson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back here live on the Chinooks Radio Network here on YouTube.
Number 5, Patty McCormick.
As Patty McCormick will step up to the plate looking to rally for the Chinooks, and we do indeed have the correct answer. As Mrs. I'm not sure how to say this, Wilcoxon? I don't know exactly, but Abigail Wilcoxon, you are correct. Brandon Geyer is the answer. Ding, ding, ding. He was only hit with 85 total pitches in his career. But he only had just over 1,400 plate appearances. So a staggering number, as he has the highest hit by pitch percentage in his career. And that one is ripped down the left field line, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So Patty McCormick gets things started here for the Chinooks with his second hit of the ball game. And the Chinooks have life here in the ninth.
Now batting for the Chinooks, first baseman from the University of Alabama.
So now Leo
Birmingham,
Harris will step up
number
to the plate.
24,
And as good of a
Leo
bunter as he is,
Harris.
I'm not sure they're going to be having him do it here, as they do not want to be giving up any outs. And yes, Mr. Ryan, you did indeed get the answer correct, but unfortunately, someone did get it before you did. The answer is indeed Brandon Geyer. So the count is 0-1 to Leo Harris after a good curveball there. And as you may have seen, there is a new pitcher for the Oilers, Lee Atkinson. Big right-hander will look to shut down the Chinooks. And the Chinooks will look to rally here as Harris quickly falls down 0-2, or falls behind 0-2, excuse me. And that pitch is upstairs for ball one. And the 1-2 from Atkinson is downstairs. So good at bat here from Harris, as he looks to keep this thing going for the Chinooks. And that pitch is upstairs, and Leo Harris has worked the count full here. And you know that the Chinooks would love a walk from Leo Harris here, as they would love his speed on the base paths. As any ball in the gap could tie the game if he does end up walking here, as that one is in there for a call, strike three, and Harris did not like that, but unfortunately he's rung up here. So the third strikeout of the game for Harris, as that does complete the hat trick.
Now batting for the Chinooks,
As now with one on and one out here, Will Batts.
Birmingham, number 15, John.
And stepping up to the plate here will be Will Batts, as that one's in the dirt. So that'll be ball one to Will Batts.
Now batting center fielder Will Batts.
And the 1-0 from Atkinson, and before we have that, we have a little throw over to first, and Patty McCormick gets back safely. So Will Batts will certainly look to drive one here to give the Chinooks some well-needed momentum and keep this inning going for the Chinooks. And Lee Atkinson would love to get a double play here. And in this ball game with one swing, as that one's downstairs. So a 2-0 count here quickly. And the 2-0 to Batts is in there for a call, strike one. Good pitch from Atkinson, as it was tough for Will Batts to do anything with that one. And Atkinson sets. Takes a peek over at first. And fires, and that one is downstairs. So a 3-1 count here to Will Batts. And he will look to live up to that last name and drive one into the gap here. And I do apologize for all the movement around here, guys, but we are getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, so that's never good, as the 3-1 pitch is downstairs. So Will Batts draws a walk. And so now with 2 on and 1 out, who may very well be the hottest hitter in the lineup for the Chinooks, is John Mark Mullins. He has walked, tripled, doubled, and grounded out to third in this one. And he would absolutely love to get a hold of one here and send these fans home happy. So John Mark Mullins will step up with a chance to, at the very least, keep this inning going for the Chinooks. And for Lee Atkinson, you have to wonder if the pressure's starting to mount here as the go-ahead run now steps up to the plate for the Chinooks. And another pitcher's duel here tonight, as it has been one of many to open up the season for the Chinooks. And they are definitely looking to get off the schneid after 2 losses last night. And that pitch is in there for a called strike. And you can definitely hear the fans with their displeasure of that call, but nonetheless, it is the call. So the count will move to 0-1 here. And the 0-1 from Atkinson is downstairs, and a good block from Ruzma. And the count will move to an even 1-1. So ones all around. 1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. And so something has to give here. And that ball is ripped down the left field line, but well foul and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by God, Guns, and Auto.
So John Mark Mullins, swinging a hot bat here tonight, will look to continue that hot streak and get one into the gap. And Atkinson's 1-2's downstairs. So the count moves to 2-2 here. And another good at-bat here for the Chinooks, as they have had a lot of that this ball game, although a lot of it has not translated on the scoreboard. They have had certainly a lot of foot traffic, 7 hits, a few errors, a couple of walks, but it just has not resulted in a lot on the scoreboard. The 2-2 is in there for a called strike 3, and Mullins did not like that call. And with 2 outs here, Matt Magno will step up to the plate. And still representing the go-ahead run, Matt Magno is 0 for 4 so far tonight, so you know he would love to get himself a hold of one here. And that one is in there for a called strike 1. And it definitely seems that strike zone has gotten a bit bigger in the last few innings. That is typical, or at least common, not necessarily typical, of home plate umpires. That does tend to happen, though, so it's not uncommon. As the 0-1 to Magno, as both runners take off, and he taps it to first, and that will be the ball game, as a good curveball there from Atkinson will end it. As the Oilers will defeat the Chinooks here 4-2. And another tough loss for the Chinooks, as they simply could not get the offense going much tonight. They had a lot of foot traffic around the bases, but it did not translate much on the scoreboard. And another good pitching performance from Brandon Argamanis, despite his less than stellar 6th inning. Another good effort from him tonight, as the pitching staff continues to look really, really good for the Chinooks, which is definitely promising as the year goes along. So the Chinooks move to 4-4 on the season, and they will play once again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So please be there for that. And so from all of us here at Chinooks Radio Network to all of you at home, I am Tyler Lopes, and joined by my partner Aaron Davis. We would like to thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 2 p.m. So not a 7 p.m. start as it normally is, 2 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure you set a reminder, and we will see you all very, very soon.